Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Rusbe. Continuing with CSWA Practice Problems, today we'll work on question 7.9. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now looking at this question, we have the 3D model, top view, front view, section AA, and detail B. My preference is to focus on the base of the geometry. You can see that we have a cylindrical shape. So I'm going to make that part first. Then after that, I will focus on making these two features. And eventually, I will focus on making the final cutout, which we have it on the bottom side of the geometry. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now here, click on the sketch, and choose top plane. Here I need two circles. Click on circle command, and let's make first one and the second one. The diameter of the outer circle should be 55 millimeter. The diameter of the inner circle should be 30 millimeter. So now we have these two circles. Click on feature, click on extrude bus. For the height of the geometry, if you look at the front view, you can see that the overall height of the geometry is 30 millimeter. However, I only want to know the height of the first part of the geometry, which would be 30 millimeter minus 6 millimeter. So here, I put 30 minus 6 millimeter, which is 24 millimeter. And that's the first part of the geometry. Now, let's focus on making two features that we have on top surface of the geometry. Click on a sketch, and let's choose this top surface. Here, click on center line and make a center line first. Now here, click on line command, start from the arc, go to here, then change it to arc command, having an arc shape like this, then going back to the circle. Of course, I want to have this arc as well. In order to make this arc, you can click on Convert Entities, click on this edge, click on OK, and now you have the line. Now all I need to do is to clean it up. Click on Trim Entities and get rid of this part. And now I have this contour. So for this contour, first of all, I want it to be symmetric. So I click on this line, hold Control, click on the center line, this line, and choose Symmetric. I want this arc to be tangent with this line. So choose both and choose tangent. The angle between the left line and the right one should be 100 degrees. And finally, the distance between the center point of this arc and center point of the geometry should be 37 divided by 2. Because we know that the distance between this center point and mirrored center point on the other side should be 37 millimeter. So the distance to origin of the geometry is basically half of that distance. So that's why I divided 37 by 2. And now you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. Click on Feature, click on Extrude Bus, and for the height, we go with 6 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. Okay, so now I have this feature. Let's click on a sketch, and choose top surface. And here I just want to make a hole. Click on circle command, and the center point of this circle should be same as center point of the arc. The diameter of the circle should be 5 millimeters. So this should be 5 millimeter. And now click on feature, click on extrude cut, and for the cutout, let's go with through all. Click on OK, and that's it. So I have the cutout made in this geometry. Next, let's focus on making a cutout on the front surface of the geometry. Click on a sketch, and choose this top surface. Here, click on line command, and let's make a line here. Also, let's make a center line. Of course, I want this line to be symmetric, so I click on this point, click on the line, point, and choose symmetric. According to the front view, the width of this line should be 10 millimeter. And now you can see the line is fully defined. All I need to have is this arc shape. Again, I can take advantage of Convert Entities. Click on Convert Entity command, click on the edge, click on OK, and now I have this part of the geometry converted into a line. Now click on Trim Entities and clean it up. And now you can see I have this contour. Click on feature, click on extrude cut, and for the direction, change it to blind, and for the lengths, we go with 12 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's what we have for the cutout. Next step, we need to make a hole on this part of the geometry. Click on a sketch, and choose this surface. Now click on circle command and let's make a circle. So this circle should be in line with the origin of the geometry. So select both and choose vertical. The diameter of this circle should be 4 millimeter. And the distance between the center point of this circle and this edge of the geometry should be 5 millimeter. And now you can see that we have a fully defined circle. Click on feature, click on extrude cut, and for the depth, we need to go with 5 millimeter depth. Click on OK, and that's it. So now we have the cutout made in this geometry. Awesome. So now we have every single feature. We have this bus extrude 1, we have the cutout, we have the second cutout, and third cutout. Now it's time to use mirror command to make the second feature. Click on feature, click on mirror command. For the mirror face, click on the drop-down menu and choose front plane. For feature to mirror, click on bus extrude 2, cut extrude 1, 2, and 3. Click on OK, and that's it. So now we have the second feature made. Awesome. So now we have everything. Now it's time to make a cutout on a bottom part of the geometry. Click on a sketch, and rotate the geometry and select this bottom surface. Here, click on circle command and let's make a circle. The diameter of this circle should be 47 millimeters. So this should be 47. Click on feature, click on extrude cut. And now for the depth of the cutout, click on the drop-down menu and choose offset from surface. For the surface, you can simply select this surface. And now you can see the preview. Change the offset value to 1 millimeter. So now you can see that we have the depth such that we have 1 millimeter offset from this pink line. But the problem is that the direction is wrong. We need 1 millimeter offset on the other side. So all you need to do is to click on reverse offset. And once you click on this button, you can see that the offset value goes to the other side. And now that's exactly what we want. Click on OK, and that's it. So now we have the cutout that we need. If I click on section view, you can see that this is exactly what we want. We need this cutout to go all the way so that we have 1 millimeter offset between this cutout and the edge of this cutout. Okay, awesome. So now we have the geometry. We have everything. Now it's time to do the final touch, and that is adding fillet or chamfer. In this question, as you can see, we need 45-degree and 1 millimeter chamfer for all these edges. So what I can do, I can click on feature, I click on fillet drop-down menu and choose chamfer. For the distance, I choose 1. And then here, I select this edge, I select this edge, this one, and the bottom one. And I click on OK. Awesome. So that's pretty much it. That's the final geometry. So basically we focus on the base of the geometry. We made this base. Then we focus on this feature. Then we use mirror command to make the second feature. And eventually I took care of this cutout. So now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the final answer. In the question, you can see the total volume here. The total volume is 21,908 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the final volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mask Properties. And here you can see the total volume. The total volume that I have for this model is 21,907.96 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly same answer as shown in the question, which is showing our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. That's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comment about this video, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.